Today in ATS, we're continuing south through California to San Diego with a load of diesel. It's a beautiful, sunny California drive, but as always, watch out for those drivers. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are still in California. We're on our Freightliner Cascadia. This is the second part of our tour through California. Last time we started in, we ended up in Fresno. We started off in, where did we start from anyway? Way northern, like way in the northern reaches. I forget exactly. And we went down to Fresno with some cattle. Today we're picking up where we left off in Fresno here, and we are going down south to San Diego with a trailer of diesel, which we haven't picked up yet. We're on our way to pick it up right now. So yeah, we're in our black Freightliner that you saw last time. I really like this truck, and I thought it'd be great to take a tour through California. I haven't been here in a while, and now I guess apparently the team has gone through and done, I think it was a while ago I was hearing about the whole California rework thing. I haven't seen California in a while, so touring through this beautiful state. Once we get our trailer, well, we'll see, but it's 300 and I think maybe 80 miles, I forget exactly, to San Diego. Trailer should be right up here. Oh wow, it said it was only when we left that we were at a dealership is where we were parked, and it said that it was 3 miles away, but yeah, it looks like sometimes it seems like the short distances are less accurate. I don't know, but it's up here someplace. But that's cool, seeing bits of California. Last time we definitely saw a lot of California, as we had to take like a 200-mile detour or something when we hit Sacramento and the freeway was closed, which, yeah, so that's the first time I've seen that. I've seen on-ramps be closed in the game. I've never seen the freeway be closed. And that section of freeway right through Sacramento, that was really inconvenient because, yeah, well, we had to go so far out of the way for that. All right, so we're looking for a trailer of diesel. An external view. Help me look, if you would, for our trailer. Wait, oh, there it is right there. There's a trailer right there. All right, whoops, why am I doing it? Turning the opposite way for no reason. Now, I've had trouble hitching this truck, so I can't use my normal camera view. I'm so used to using this camera view to hitch trucks up with, but this cab is too tall for that. I can't see over the cab. So I got to get used to doing it with like a 3/4 view like this. It's not as good at seeing where it's going to hitch. Let's try here. Feels like I nudged it. Let me see. Did I nudge it? I think my fifth wheel might need to come down. I think I'm too high on my suspension, but I can't really see. Let me turn the wheel. Oh, I got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just barely felt the fifth wheel, like the plate, just slide under the trailer. I thought maybe my suspension was too high, but oh, we had it right there. All right, we're gonna pull out of this thing here, and we're gonna see how far we gotta go. Can we get out this gate here? We'll just go out the way we came in. Oh, yeah, we can actually. Can I make the turn? All right, there we go. All right, let's have a look at the route it wants us to take. 350 miles. All right, 350. Let's see if there's anything interesting along the way. We're going to be going down I-5 all the way to San Diego. Well, couldn't really be simpler than that. Let's get out of here. No need to waste our time. All right, I'm going to reset our trip. Okay, trip is reset. Yep, zeros across the board on the screen there. All right, 350 miles. Timer we're leaving, it is 3:42 in the PM, so we have to stop for the night. I don't know. That depends how tired my guy gets. I don't usually drive with the HUD on, but we can check my tiredness. Yeah, we'll see. My guy might get tired. We'll see. And how is our fuel? Our fuel looks fine. Got over half a tank. My lights, my running lights are on. All right, we're good. We are all set. What's our speed limit here? 45. All right, so first we got to get to I-5. Try to whack those cars in my trailer. Nope. All right. So I like this truck. I like the engine I've got in it. It's kind of a departure from some of the older, louder trucks I've been driving. But I like this thing. It's got a very... This truck is very... It's newer, you know? It's a 2000s truck. It's a 21st century truck. It's a little more modern, a little more smooth, which I like. It's not the newest truck we have. We have a brand new, like, brand new Pete 579, which I got recently. Haven't driven it much yet. It's very cool, but I'm taking some time to do this trip through California here and drive our, I believe this is a 2006 Freightliner Cascadia. Of course, the truck is a mod, and the link is in the description below. Oops, car coming. Does he have a stop sign? I don't think he has a stop sign. So, whoops. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Wow. He didn't even... Wow, he... Look. Yeah, so... Did you see that? I figured he would stop. Like, surely he would stop, right? I figured surely he would stop. I'd never seen that before. So, hang on. Let's see. Are we making this turn? Yeah, we are. Okay. So, I figured, well, this is an 18-wheeler. It takes a minute to get some speed, right? And I figured, okay, this happens literally in real life, like almost every time I see a semi, right? Any semi turning onto a road, what happens? It takes time for him to turn. Cars see him turning, they slow down, right? How many times you got to slow down, right? You can't count the number of times. Anyway, so point is, I figured the car would slow down. I'd never seen that. That must be one of those things. It's just like programmed in the game. Like I say that, you know, I say that the drivers in this game are so good that they're actually, you know, that it actually has programmed bad drivers. Yeah, I think so. I think that was on purpose, because in this game, like, I can cut this guy off and he will slow down. You know, he will slow down. That was a little close, but he will slow down and let me over in this lane, right? You know, yeah, okay, that was a bad... But I didn't hit him, right? Because he saw me coming and he slowed down. That car... Anyway. Okay, so... Tell me what you think about that in the comments below. I don't think I did anything wrong. I waited till the car passed. I say that no matter when I took that turn, someone somewhere was going to have to slow down, because it just takes a second for a semi to accelerate. I think that no matter when I took that turn, there was going to be a car at some point on that road. That was crazy. Wow. I don't know if you hurt my truck. I didn't see if there was a damage done percentage thing that popped up. Hitting any more cars. That's in this game, when traffic gets jammed up, you want to get out of there as easily and quickly as you can, because unlike, say, for instance, in Farming Simulator, when bad traffic things happen, you can simply toggle the traffic off, get out of where you're at, and then turn it back on. You can't do that here. If I got into a huge traffic mess and there was no way out, and I've seen some crazy things. I've seen times when the road was blocked all the way down the road, but I somehow managed to fishtail through it with my trailer, you know. Anyway, that was wild. Tell me what you think. I don't think that I did anything wrong. I think he should have stopped. Like, pay attention, like, throughout today's trip. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, we're going down to San Diego. Obviously, I can't predict what's going to happen, but I predict that at some point we're going to have some situation where our car is going to have to wait for us to turn, and they always do. I think that was like a thing where the computer decided that was going to be a car crash. So that was exciting. We got 300 miles left. Only 300 miles left. That was in the first, what, 10 miles? it never happens. Well, it's a beautiful evening here in Central California. Headed down to San Diego. You know, the 55 mile an hour speed limit here is kind of annoying. It's one reason I used to avoid California, but it's pretty easy for cruising. I gotta say, it's an easy speed for cruising. I mean, look, I'm going the speed limit, and if something went wrong, I do have time to stop. You know, it's a lot easier to stop from 55 than it is from 65. Yeah, I gotta say. So there's that. Of course, all the cars go 65. Yeah, it's just, obviously, it's just the trucks that can only go 55. But hey, it keeps me from getting into accidents as much. I mean, it makes it's way easier to brake. Yeah, it's just way easier to brake with 55 than it is 65. Now, that said, I do not have... Okay, first of all, regarding the accident that happened back there, obviously that had nothing to do with my brakes, right? That was, yeah, I say not even my fault. But as far as my brakes go, I remember I toyed with the setting a lot in the settings menu. So long ago, like years ago, and I don't even know how I have it set, but I know that the way I have my brakes set is not the default. Bakersfield discovered. I remember that when I first got the game, excuse me, sorry, my nose is all stuffed up. Yeah, so there's probably some silence there. It's because I was probably just muting out, where I'm like trying to cough and clear my nose here. I probably muted that. Well, anyway, when I first got the game, the trucks, the braking force, what I felt was way too unrealistic. Like by default, playing on controller, when I pulled that left trigger to brake, the semi just came to a stop. I thought it was way too unrealistic. So I remember when I'm still playing with controller, I turned the braking force like all the way down in the menu because it's difficult for semis to stop. It takes them a minute to stop, and I thought this is unrealistic, so I turned it like all the way down. And my settings are all set to simulation, like as realistic as I can get them. Now I'm using a steering wheel and pedals, and I've had this set up for over a year and a half or something. So I don't remember how I set it up in there, but I've toyed with this thing a lot. So if there's something I can't stop for, and you're like, oh wow, that's easy to stop for, it's because I've tuned this really carefully. Just, you know, it's not easy to stop. It's about as hard as I think it should normally be to stop. Should I have taken that exit? Why is it telling me to go over there? I don't know. We're going straight. I don't know what that's all about. What is that about? Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah. Can we hop over there? Let's see. Here, I had my engine brake on. Let's see if we can hop over there. I was trying to look outside the truck. I don't think I'm supposed to, but here goes nothing. Yeah, okay. Weird. Crazy California. Yeah, you know, I was talking, I saw that coming up, but anyway, it's California for you. Yeah, so I shouldn't have done that, but, well, I got over here. Oh, wait a second. This road goes over here anyway. Oh. Okay, well, then what am I in? Is this a carpool / truck lane, or what the heck am I in then? Okay, well, don't blame me. So I got over here because if you looked at my GPS, you would see it was telling me to turn around and go the other way, which was telling me that that lane was going to be separated from that lane by a median. So that's why I got over when I could, but now I was distracted by that, and now I see that it's the same road here. Look, let's just stay in this lane. It's probably for trucks and stuff anyway. I don't know. I was so busy trying to get over here safely that I didn't see what that sign said. Oh gosh, weird stuff here. Either way, it's all the same road now, ain't it? Yeah, the roads in California are weird. Well, one thing, if you've driven much, you know, in different places in America, every state kind of does have different roads and things. I mean, it seems that way. And this game does it well. And if you're not from America or you haven't driven around a lot, yeah, there's kind of different things in every state. Different states have entire, like, different systems of doing stuff. I've not driven a lot in California, at least not in a long time. And to be fair, yeah, in my Colorado, in my state where I live, Colorado, in my state, things have changed here. Like, so like in the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, all of a sudden we have roundabouts and all kinds of weird stuff that we didn't have before. If I went to a different state, I probably wouldn't see that. I don't know. I lived in Texas for a while, and Texas has the whole feeder road system. It's an entire system that you won't see anywhere else. At least I can't say I've seen it anywhere else, but you see it in Texas. So every state does kind of have its own thing. Now, California has weird lanes and roads like that we saw back there. And I think it's cool. This game recreates that. Of course, this game recreates pretty much everything realistically, just on a compressed, table, right? But so yeah, it's cool that they do that, but that is how it is. Weird things like that. All right, so does anything else interesting want to happen? All right, so this says trucks, this lane. So is this going to be another one of these? Let's see. We're sticking in this lane this time because it said this lane, all trucks, and I'm sure it said South 5. So we're going to stick in this lane and see what happens this time. Yeah, see, all trucks, South 5. All right, so we're going to stay here. Are these going to split off? Yeah, looks like they are ish. We're just going to stick to this lane here. Get over here. Oh, 45. Yeah, I felt like I was going a little fast there for a second. And I don't know if this is going to join back up where we were, or if that was just an exit. Maybe that was just an exit. I thought it was going to be another one of those things like before. Yeah, anyway. And that's why it's always good to know the road that you're taking. That's why I always look at the map, and sometimes the GPS tells you to do some confusing things. And if you know the road you're going to be on, it helps with that. Okay, slow down for this turn here. My lights are on, right? I want to make sure. Yeah. I wish this truck had a headlight indicator on the dashboard, but I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. For some reason, it doesn't have a... Does it have a brights indicator? Yes, it has a brights indicator. All right. Yep, it is 7 o'clock. Getting a little dark. We got a couple 100 miles left. How tired is my guy? I don't like using this stupid HUD, but I have to see it to know how tired my guy is. My guy's tired. He's tired. We should look for a place where we can pull over. Los Angeles discovered. Of course, I've been through LA. This is a new save game. I created this save game, I don't know, sometime within the last year. So, yeah, I've created a few new save games. And like I said, I've not been to California in a while. Oh, I can totally speed back up now. Alright, so we're following signs to San Diego if it's appropriate. If we get to a confusing place, that's why I like to know, obviously, the name of the road we're going to be on. If we get confused with what exit to take, then we take the one that says South 5 and or San Diego. Sometimes it's harder to do, especially when you're in less populated states with more, like smaller roads, roads that are not as main as roads with different numbers and systems that are harder to remember, or you're swapping. Like if you're in Montana, right, and you're taking several different highways you don't know the name of, it'd be harder to keep track of where you're going. But when I'm doing it by myself and I'm not, doing a video or something, and I take my time, I oftentimes write stuff down on a piece of paper so that I can refer to it. Right lane ends. Do we have to emerge here? Yeah. Yes. I want to be over here, I guess. San Diego. Well, I guess we could have stayed in that lane. We've got us 200, or sorry, 100? Yeah, about 125 miles. Yeah, 100 some miles. All right. Hey, we're almost there, kind of. We only had a small amount of adventure. That guy that hit me, wow. You know, it's one of those things, like I saw him coming from a mile away. Sure that he was, if I made a surprised sound or so, I don't know what I said. I was probably like, ah, whatever I said. I wasn't surprised I saw him coming, but I was sure he was going to stop. I mean, I was just sure he was going to stop. And according to our screen there, we have been driving for almost 5 hours. I think that's what that means. It says hours and minutes. I believe that means we've been driving for 4 hours and 48 minutes. And my guy's now yawning. Yeah, well, here, let's look at the map. I don't want to pull up the map, but let's just see. Is there a place to rest? Oh, yeah, there totally is a place to rest. Look at that. It's conveniently on our side of the road even. All right, cool. We'll stop up here. Yeah, I hate when my guy starts yawning. But I leave the mechanic on because I like being forced to stop from time to time. It's an extra challenge thing, you know. Make sure there's no one. Oh, there is. Whoa, there's someone over there. So we are turning up here somewheres. That way we can finish the delivery in the morning. Whoa, little rumble strip there. All right, rest area somewheres up here. I guess a sharp turn. Sharp turn. Wait, where are we going? Oh, here, I guess. My brights off. Let's get an outside view here. Wait, an outside view. I guess right here. Oh yeah, it's just this little place right here. Well, usually you pull into a rest stop and it's like this way for autos, this way for semis, right? And I saw it split, so I thought that's what the sign was going to be, but then I realized that this right here is the entirety of the area. Just get into our spot, or as good as we can. I'm not too picky. Yep. And see, that's the thing. Darn it, game. There. I wish it wasn't so picky about that. Look, here, let's neutral, parking brake, turn our headlights off. I like that there's our screen popping up. I like that there's the mechanic that we have to stop and rest. And while I think that we should be able to, since I have a sleeper, I should be able to stop and climb in my sleeper literally anywhere and rest. I think it's okay that they require the truck stops because, again, it's an extra thing. Let's go ahead and rest. But that it's so picky as to where you have to stop and rest in these. There's been some I literally can't find the place to stop and rest. They need to make the whole truck stop just a safe area. Because you saw right there, we pulled too far forward just slightly, right? Anyway, that's my thought on that. They should make the whole rest area a safe spot. Or maybe I could just get a mod that lets me rest anywhere and then just use my own self-control and only stop and rest stops, which there's always that option. I believe there are mods that let you do that. I'm pretty sure I've had a mod like that before. Parking brake, off, drive, All right, make sure there's no one coming. We have time to, we have room to clear the semi is a good question. Yeah, I should have not pulled it in that exact spot. Let's see, do we have room to clear this? I think so. Carefully, 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 yes. We got it. We got it. Ooh, what a beautiful truck this is. Ah. And is this the way out? Oh, wait, I assume this was the way out. Oh, it is. I remember it on the map now. Yeah, I remember. Whoa. Sorry, I was looking at my steering wheel. I was looking at my steering wheel for the button to get back in the cab. And I looked up, I was like, whoa. Anyway, yeah, I remember looking at this on the map and seeing it was like a spiral. We're good. We're good. We've got less than 100 miles to go. We've got half a tank of fuel. And what could possibly go wrong? You know, yeah, what could possibly go wrong in less than 100 miles? We're good. What's the speed limit here? Oh, we should speed up now. Start speeding up right now. Come on, truck. miles an hour. Listen to that beautiful truck. Smooth engine. All right, on our way to San Diego. Sorry about that. I was getting a drink. We want to hop over here. Oh, wait. No, actually, we want to get off here. Looks like we do. Yeah. Last time I was in San Diego was a very long time ago. Look at the beautiful city of, are we, I'm not sure if we're still in LA or, I don't know where we are. I don't know exactly what city we're in, actually. Wait, I hate doing this. Oh, we're already in San Diego. Okay, we're in San Diego. That does make sense. We're, like 60 miles from our destination. Okay, so San Diego. We're already here. Of course, I knew that. Well, you know, the distances in this game are, you know, compressed from real life. And so the cities, a lot of times, two cities kind of run together. Like, for instance, I live in Colorado, so I'm pretty familiar with places here. Well, in the game, if you go south down, what is it? Is it I-25, I think it is? It goes through Denver and stuff. If you go south on the, yeah, it's, should be I-25. I don't go much to the Front Range, but if you go south through the Front Range cities, like Springs, Denver, and Pueblo in this game, they almost kind of all blend together. And though, even though in real life they're like, I don't know, 100 miles apart or something. I don't know. You know, they're apart. A lot of, anyway. Okay, so yeah, here we need to watch our GPS because, yeah, we're in the last few miles. We're going to be getting off the freeway. So we're probably taking this to like a, my guess is we're taking this to like a rail export or something like that. Or maybe even, wait, where did we pick it up from? Fresno? We might be taking it to either, my guess is like a rail export or maybe even the port. That'd be cool. We'll see. El Cajon Boulevard. I have a friend who used to live in El Cajon. Man, I am bogging down up this hill. That's steeper than it looks, I guess. Oh, I gotta get over. Hope that's not a cop. Looks like one, but I gotta get over. Man, man, San Diego's a pretty big city in this game. I mean, yeah, a lot of the big cities they may be compressed down, but they're still big. I mean, we're still driving around San Diego. Crazy. Okay, are we getting off? Looks like it wants us to get over another lane. Well, probably should anyway. Oh. Yeah, looks like might be getting off here. East international border, Mexico. Yeah, we're down there. And are we getting off here? I'm going to assume we're getting off here because, well, we're not going to Mexico, so... I mean... There's that. We turn left? Yeah, we turn left. Is that light green? It is. Can we make it without being reckless? We can. We can. All right. Look at that. No one, we turned left and no one T-boned us. Great. It's excellent. Looks like our only excitement was that one little thing there. Well, there's always something. Last time it was the detour that we had to take, like that 200-mile detour we had to take because of the closed freeway. The time before that, I made an illegal turn and hit a car. That was my fault. That doesn't usually happen. No, I usually let them do these stupid things. Oh, wow. I pulled too far. There we go. So where is it we're going exactly? Oh, a construction site. That's what it says. Well, at least that's what's there. We'll see where we're actually going. I figured we'd be going to like a port or a rail station or something, being in a big city. You know, we're taking it from a smaller town to a bigger town, so I figured it'd be going to get exported somewhere. All right, well, check where we're going up here and see. Make this turn. Let's check what this says. This says up here somewhere. Yeah, I think it might be this construction site up here. Let's see. It's yeah, it's right up here. All right, well, this is a good drive. I enjoy California. California's a beautiful place. Although today all we did was drive on the freeway. Maybe next time, security check. We can make sure that we travel some more of the back roads. I want to see some of the pretty places in the back roads in California. Well, this is taking a long time. There we go. Security check passed. That's right, it's passed. All right. And where do you want it? Over there. You think we can pull through into that? Let's see. It looks like we can. It's only a 40 XP parking job, which are usually means they're easier, but let's see if we can pull through into this or if we have to back up. Well, yeah, pretty easy one. I mean, except that these are actually kind of challenging. Depends. Here, this one you can pretty much back straight up. You see, you kind of can't. We're gonna have to cut it in a little bit. And the reason I say these are kind of difficult is because we're cutting it in with something that we can't hit on the far side, which means we have to. We're not really cutting it though. We can almost go straight back. But I just mean anything where you have to cut it, you know, against a wall on your far side, that's not as easy because it requires guesswork, but we're mostly going straight back. So we'll just go nice and slow like. And keep my cab straight if we would. Nice and slow. Just like so. Oops. Kind of. Yeah. What thing is, yeah, it's fine, but except when it comes time to then move the cab, I have a habit of turning the wheel the wrong way, and that's what happened. I was like, okay, my trailer's perfect. Now we just need to move the cab over. I can do it facing this way. Yeah, I can actually do it better facing this way, is the thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay, so bit of adventure there. Well, guys, thanks so much for following along with me through California. We made it all the way to the south of California, but I want to go back up, taking some of the more interesting roads. Yeah, I want to see some of the more interesting roads in California. I like taking like the 2-lane highways and stuff like that. So who knows what we'll see on the next job. But I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to, if you like the video, hit like and subscribe if you haven't, and tell me what you think in the comments down below. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.